Alright, getting back on the project. Alright, so here's our 4 control kit came in. I can even rip that off if I use my knife. It's hard to do a knife with one hand. You ever notice that? Even when they're made to come out easily. It doesn't work too good anymore. No. Especially when you're left-handed. It doesn't want to come out. So they're made to come out easily. Didn't have a lot of crap in there. There we go. All that just to do that. That was easy. Alright, so I'm hoping these are going to work for what we need. This must be the instructions on what not to do. Oh, there's pictures. Good. That's what they look like. Good thing there's pictures. I was going to get worried there for a minute. Uh-oh, more knife work. So I'm taking this is one of the controls. And that's the other side. Legs, master cylinder, big long shift pad, and a bag of junk hardware. So most of this import hardware that comes in like this goes right into the trash can. Garbage. Most all of it's garbage. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to get rid of these control kits. Hopefully this pivot will still be right here. We'll be back here, which will move your foot back a couple inches. I'm thinking these are extended, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping that's what we get. Otherwise, I wasted my money on some controls. That happens. Oh well. Let's see here. Let's go over on this side of the bike and see better. Plus, we're right in the middle of the toolkit, so we can block my access to my tools. All right, let's see what we got here. I got the wrong side. That'd be the brake side. It's already pre-assembled. Okay, these are steel, they're heavy. They're already pre-made, look at that. So I made out of some real thick steel plate. They got folding foot pegs, unlike these piles of crap over here that don't move. So, and this here's our back bolt right here. I thought the pivot bolt was the back bolt, because these are two to mount to the frame. These are two for the master cylinder. So I was correct. This is going to make a big change on the foot peg location. So right now, bang, bang. So instead of this being way over here, it's going to be back here, right there. So everything moves back a little bit, lever, but the foot peg does not move back. That sucks. It looks like the foot peg is going to move down, which is definitely not the direction I want to go. So that really does suck. So I'm not sure if that's going to work for us or not. Yeah, it might be close. I think it's going to be about an inch lower than this peg. It's hard to tell because we're mounted the frame right now. It makes it hard to get to. So we have to disconnect this off to see. But initially, I think the peg's going to be right here, and this one's up here, so this one's a little bit higher up. But we'll see. The other thing I want to see is how much it's going to move us in. It looks like the levers will be in about the same general location. Everything does move in a little bit, but not much. So said, every time you buy another control, the things are done differently. So this one here, mounted to the frame, would be about here. So you can see how it moves things in a little bit, but not a lot. Mainly just a different shape. It definitely moves the master cylinder back and in a lot, which is going to make that look a lot better. The master cylinder is underneath this one. This one here goes above it. It's a little bit different design. So whether you like that design or not, that's debatable. I don't like my controls sticking way forward up here in the front. It looks like crap when they stick way out here. This one will definitely pull this thing back a couple inches, which to me that looks a lot better. I don't like anything sticking in front of my lever. But either way, slightly different. Okay, I'm going to try this one here. We've got this one, so I'm going to try to take this off. Figure out how you get it off. Something holds that bolt on. Don't know what. Two bolts there. Alright, there's a pivot underneath here. It's a bolt on the back side underneath to hold the brake pivot on. I don't know what this is, some kind of washer on here, or bolt or nut, or that part we don't know. Excuse me. So, all that is yet to be determined. There's the bolt. It's behind the frame, which makes it hard to get to. Yeah, good design. Otherwise, if we take off this side, see how it fits on this side, but the brake is where I'm at, so let's see here. That's going to be a cut down wrench, I bet. Ah, great. Nothing like having to cut down your wrenches every time you need one. Yeah, looks like it'll fit in there. This will fit in there though. Too big. Maybe that's why it doesn't fit. Missed it. And that appears to be rounded off right there. Well, at least we don't have to care about using that part. Oh, yes we do. Yeah. I think there's something holding that on there besides that bolt. Yeah. It might not be that easy to get off. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a pain in the butt to get off. Going by how it's looking right now. Alright, well, let's see what we're going to do to get that off of there. I'm sure it's going to be tight. Get my cheater wrench. Those always help. Yeah, we lucked out. I just started turning on that big knob over here, and it's unscrewing. Voila, a 1/4-inch bolt. I figured they had something fancy like that on there. Looks like this thing comes off in pieces. Like all good piece of crap brake assemblies. So you have a whole bunch of holes in here. So one piece hides another piece, it hides another piece, it hides another piece. That's what it looks like to me. I need to get to a bolt that's back here, which is going to be under all this crap here. So we're going to have to just dig here. See what we come up with. I don't know you can really see in here, but let's see what we can do here. Alright. These are Loctited. Jeez. Smell that Loctite. There's our lever off. Kind of a clip is holding that one on. There it is, snap ring right there. Looks like it's sitting on a ball bearing, so it should just slide off. Probably take this off up here first, though. Or we gotta take this off over here. Something has to come off first. Is that metric? Probably. Probably is. Alright, some snap ring pliers. Small set ought to do the trick. Put this screwdriver in action over here. Can always use a hammer. Alright, see what we got this time. Keep plugging away at it. Wasn't that easy. That's that one. I don't know what size bolt that is, but it ain't. It's not this size. It is, but it isn't. Oh, that is tight. Oh, jeez. That is going to round off before it unscrews. That is put on some heavy duty Loctite. This is not coming off. I think I picked the harder of the two things to take off. What a shocker. Oh, jeez, all these bolts do not want to come off. Nope, they're all put on with Loctite. Nothing is free enough. Damn, what a pile of crap. Alright, fire up the torch. Some heat into it. Heat melts Loctite. So you get up to about 300 degrees or so. Everything will free up. And then the Loctite cuts through and you can just loosen up and being torqued. Problem is this is cold. It's not going to want to free up, I'm sure. There's any rubber around, it melts it. Definitely can smell that Loctite. And even Loctite at the prime joint to the stud bolt, so it doesn't want to slide over. Need some faster tools. Speed wrenches. Okay. So they had Loctite on the screw and the bolt both. It looks like that was blue Loctite, 'cause I'm not really seeing red. It's warm right now too. My fingers. Okay, so now that can come down. And it looks like I can get to my screw in here. We'll have to heat the frame up to get the bolts out, and the line is right there, so the line has to come off. Just trying to avoid taking the brake line off, but oh well. This is going to drain the whole master cylinder after that. Might as well be prepared for a big leak. Told you. She's leaking. Alright, I knew that was going to happen. If you put a 3/8 bolt in there, probably slow the leak down a little bit. So 3/8 fine thread is 10 millimeter. There's a hole right over here. It's not the same size, but it will slow the leak down. It's close enough in thread it goes in. Okay, so now I got to heat the bolts up here on the back side to free them up, to get the Loctite free. So I'd heat the frame up right here and down over here. So I'm going to heat up this whole bracket here and the frame. If you keep the torch off of the chrome and the powder coat, it won't get too bad. The problem is the flame has to get on those two items to heat it, so that's your problem. So all we can do is try to keep the damage to a minimum. Torch over here. Everything's stacked up in front of my torches over here. Makes it fun to get to them. Okay. Make sure you got enough length here to get to where you need to be too. Okay, we'll probably do a little bit of damage to something here, but we'll see. Try to keep it to a minimum. Yeah. Now to keep the heat, maximum heat down, it won't heat as much. So we keep the flame as low as we can. Move it around real quick. Don't hold in one spot very long. It'll do the heating but not burning. The wire right there for the alternator. And there's a clutch cable down there too. You need to get a little over 300 degrees to mount it. The temperature's not going to do it, but the flame is hotter than 300 degrees. Just move it around a bunch. About 150 right now, 130. About 130. Powder coat will do more damage before the can goes. The frame's what needs to get hot, not the bracket. If that's hot enough to do anything, probably not, but it hurts to try. Oh, it moved. There we go. It moved. All right, get the torch out of our way. Easier said than done, of course. I think I brought that size with me, did I? Nope. It'd be too easy if I did that. Go get the right tools. So this one here is going to hit on the side of the bracket, I think. Right here. But as long as the whole thing comes out as a unit, it won't be a problem. So this is hot, but it's not hot enough to really burn you too much, but it's warm. So this bolt I'll take out all the way, and then this one here I'll just pull out as a unit, and the whole thing will slide out at the same time. Not damage anything. If you pull the screw out the way it is, it'll just put a big mark all the way out the chrome. Which will look like crap. It's warm. Tired holding that. So you can see I had red Loctite on there. See all the red? That's how you know it's red Loctite. Usually a lot of color Loctite will stay on the hardware when you pull them out. It's starting to leak again, so put it that way. This whole thing is getting hot because aluminum transfers heat. Yes, it is getting warm. All right. Okay, that unit's now off. As I keep this up in the air a little bit, it won't leak out of this hole. Problem is where you put it. Nothing is high enough. It's an awkward shaped part. Okay, find a spot just out of our way. Don't see any damage to anything. Powder coat feels good. So, keeping the heat down. Keeping your peak heat down eliminates damage. Okay, so now I'm going to take the junk hardware that came in the kit. I'm going to use it for mock-up purposes. Okay, I'll be right back.